This video demonstrates how to successfully complete on your own 12-2. So I'm going to click on the little here link, which brings up the assignment instructions. I'm going to drag those to another screen here so that I can look on while I'm demonstrating how to do this one. This one will be completed in Microsoft Word. Step 1 says create a new document based on the newsletter template on office.com. So the easy way to do that is when you're in the new dialog box here, just type in newsletter, and it's this very first one that pops up that says newsletter title on it. So I'm going to click that and then click the create button, and it will download the template for you, and this is your starting document. Step 2 says save the document as a template file, not as a Word document, named newsletter template. So I'm going to click save as, and here again we're going to ignore the naming convention that it gives you in the instructions in favor of our own. Last name underscore first initial underscore OYO, in this case 12-2. Now the other thing it says is we want to save this as a document template. So we want to change the save as type box. We're going to go down and choose Word template, which will put the .dotx extension on the file for us, okay? And then I have got a folder that I'm saving these on your own assignments in. You might want to do the same. Okay, step 3. In the body of the newsletter on page 1, click the content control that contains 2 columns of sample text. It's referring to this right here. Type equals lorem and in parentheses 8 and hit enter. You notice it just fills it with 8 paragraphs of nonsense text. Step 4 says scroll so that you can see the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2, and then delete the paragraph mark at the end of the last paragraph of nonsense text, so that the section break moves from the top of page 2 to the end of page 1. Now, you can see the paragraph marks on mine because I have them turned on. If you don't have them turned on, you can click the Show Hide Formatting Marks button here in order to see that. Okay, so again, it wants us to delete the paragraph mark at the end of the last paragraph here, which would be here. So I'm just going to position my mouse pointer there and click my delete button, and notice how the section break moves to immediately following the paragraph. That's what it's asking you to do. On page 2, insert a continuous section break in the blank paragraph below the 3rd column of text. So it's referring to right here, and in order to do that, we're going to go over to the layout ribbon, okay, and click on breaks, and the continuous section break is here, okay, so you can't hardly see it. It's this little double line over here. On page 2, click the content control that contains 3 columns of sample text here, okay, and we're going to type equals lorem and in parentheses 7, enter. So here again it's going to automatically key in 7 paragraphs of nonsense text for us. Step 7 says change the column formatting of the section containing the nonsense text you added from 3 to 2. So if I just click on this, I can go to columns here, and notice it's set at 3, so I can just choose 2. I'm sorry, let me select the entire set of text here and then click 2. There we go. Alright, step 8. On page 1, select the text box containing type a quote, okay, which would be here, and then resize the text box so that it is 1.5 inches high and 4.5 inches wide. The easiest way to do that is once you've selected it, you've got a format ribbon with a height and width control here. You can just set it to the appropriate settings. That is the easiest way to do the resizing. And it says step 9, change the text wrapping of the text box to tight. So we could choose wrap text here and just choose the tight option. And then add an offset, this is step 10, add an offset diagonal bottom right shadow to the text box. Okay, so this would be the shape effects option and shadow, and then offset bottom right. That adds the little shadow box there. And step 11, change the fill of the text box to the dark blue text to darker 50%. This is going to be the shape fill, and this is the one that it's wanting us to select here, dark blue text to darker 50%. And the second part of step 11 is change the font color of the text in the text box to white, background 1 color. So here we can choose text fill, and just this first option here, which is white background 1. And now it says drag the text, but this is step 12, drag the text box down so that the nonsense paragraphs are not split by the box. Just going to click and drag it down so it's at the bottom here. At the bottom of page 2, if necessary, replace the name and the return address with your name, and it's talking about right here, and I don't have to because I've already got this set up in Word, but you can type that in if you need to. At the bottom of page 2 in the return address, type the sender company name placeholder, which would be here, and then type Franklin Motors. Scroll to the top of page 1, which is here, and then click in the type the sender company name placeholder, which would be here. And notice how it changes it to Franklin Motors because it's the same placeholder. Step 15 says on page 1, in the blue column on the right, that would be over here, click the graphic in the paragraph under story title. Click after the graphic, excuse me. Insert an online picture from office.com that shows a picture of a vintage auto. So here we can go to insert and then online pictures. Just type in the word antique car and hit enter, and notice there's a bunch of them, so I can just pick the one I want and click insert. And it says crop off any part of the image extraneous to the image of the car, resize the clip maintaining the aspect ratio as large as possible so it almost as wide as the blue columns. So the size for this one is looks like it's the correct size, so won't need to resize it. Step 16 says apply an artistic effect to the image of the car. So we can click here and choose one of these artistic effects, and it will apply it to the picture. Click the title content control, which would be here, and then type Motor News. Select the title of the newspaper, and then apply fill white outline, accent to hard shadow, accent to word art style. So we can go to the format ribbon here, and the one it's looking for is this one right here, fill white outline red, etc., etc. Changes it to word art, okay? And then apply, this is step 20 by the way, apply the convex bevel effect to the word art. So we want to do text effects here, and bevel is the one it's after, and here is the one called convex. Change the font size of the text in the 3 table cells below the word art to 10. So these are the 3 table cells it's asking about here. So we'll go back to home and just choose 10 after we've highlighted all 3 of them. You can do it one at a time if you like. Save the text Motor News. Okay, we're just going to highlight that as a quick part. Okay, so we can go over here. excuse me, it's on the insert ribbon. Quick Parts, and then say Save Selection to Quick Part Gallery, and we can just name it Motor News. It's fine. Click OK, and then save the template and close it.